Hello everyone, and welcome to this second Learn-chinese.online video. In this video, we will learn to pronounce our first Chinese words. We will also see some grammar and make our first sentences in Chinese. And finally, we will practice with an exercise. First word, 你, on the low tone, which means you. Please repeat after me. 你 你 好 low tone, to be good, fine, to feel good. Note that H in pinyin is pronounced like the Spanish J, 好. The pronunciation of the A sounds as in blah or father or the French A. A sound is longer than the pronunciation of the O sound. 好. Please repeat after me. 好 好 If we combine these two words, it gives 你好, hello. Note that I don't pronounce the first syllable on the low tone. 你好. It is not fluid enough. When two low tones or third tones follow one another, the first syllable is pronounced on the rising tone, but we keep the low tone in writing. 你好. Repeat after me. 你好. 你好. Ma, neutral tone, very easy pronunciation. It is a particle added at the end of the sentence to form a question. For example, 你好吗? You are good, fine, plus question. Are you fine? Are you okay? Repeat after me. 你好吗? 你好吗? 我 low tone. I, me. No difficulty for this word. Repeat after me. 我 我 他 high tone, he, him. We must pronounce the letter T clearly with a little explosion of air. 他 Repeat after me. 他 他 很 very. Also an easy one. Repeat after me. 很 很 We can make a short sentence. 他很好. He is fine. Or he is good. Repeat after me. 他很好. 他很好. More vocabulary. 谢谢. Thank you. The first syllable is on the falling tone and the second on the neutral tone. 谢谢. The pronunciation of X in pinyin is quite particular. It is like a S in English, but pronounced with the dorsum of the tongue and not the tip. 谢. The trick is to put the tip of the tongue behind the lower teeth. 谢. Sometimes you will hear some Chinese say 谢谢, but the standard Mandarin Chinese pronunciation is not like this. You must say 谢谢. Repeat after me. 谢谢. 谢谢. Na, neutral tone. It is an interrogative particle used to return a question. For example, 你呢? And you? What about you? Note that the E sound is pronounced like the slang interjection de or the French e, but very open. Na. Repeat after me. Na. 你呢? In Beijing, at the end of a sentence, it sounds almost like a, 你呢? But remember, it is not a sound. It's an opened a. 不 falling tone, negation no. The B sound is pronounced between the B and P sounds in English, but without expiring air. 不 Repeat after me. 不不在 falling tone again. This syllable cannot be used on its own as a word, that's why I put it in brackets. Z in pinyin is pronounced z in English, as in reads, kids, etc. 在 Repeat after me. 在见 falling tone to see. This is not the most commonly used word to say to see in Chinese. We will see that in a future lesson. The pinyin letter J is a bit tricky. It is pronounced like Z, z, but with the dorsum of the tongue. It is exactly like X. We put the tip of the tongue behind the lower teeth and we say z. 见 Repeat after me. 见 EAN is pronounced like the Japanese currency yen in English. 见 The combination of those two syllables gives the word 再见 Goodbye. Repeat after me. 再见 Recap of the phonetics, the initials. The H sound is pronounced like the Spanish J. 好 很. The T sound is pronounced as in English, with a little explosion of air. 他. The X sound is pronounced with the dorsum of the tongue and not the tip. Remember that trick? The tip of the tongue is behind the lower teeth. 谢谢. B in pinyin is pronounced between the B and P sounds in English, but without expiring air. 不. Z is pronounced like Z, 在. The tip of the tongue is behind the upper teeth. The pinyin letter J is almost the same. The only difference is that it is pronounced with the dorsum of the tongue. The tip is behind the lower teeth. 见 Now for the finals. The E letter in pinyin is pronounced like the slang interjection de of the French E, very open, na. IE in pinyin is pronounced like the first part of ye, 谢谢. The pinyin letter U is pronounced U, as in do or you, except behind J, Ju, Q, Chu, X, Xu, and Y, Yu. We will go into this in more depth later. AI is pronounced I, as in personal pronoun I. And IAN sounds like the English word yen. The third tone change rule. When two low tones or two third tones follow one another, the first syllable is pronounced on the rising tone, but we keep the low tone in writing. For example, 你好 is pronounced 你好. Repeat after me. 你好. Same for 很好. It changes to 很好. Repeat after me. 很好. The problem occurs when there are three syllables. For multiples of two, it's easy. We cut the sentence in two syllables parts. But for three syllables, what do we do? If we speak slowly, we put a short pause in the sentence. For example, 我很好. We pause after 我. Repeat after me. 我很好. If we speak quickly, the first syllable will be on the rising tone, the middle syllable on the high tone, and the last syllable on the low tone. 我很好. You don't need to bother too much about that just now. It will come naturally. I am just telling you this for information only. Most Chinese speakers don't even know this rule, but when we speak quickly, it comes naturally. Now for the grammar. Let's make some sentences. First thing you have to know, to make a simple question in Chinese, we just have to add the particle ma at the end of the statement. No subject auxiliary inversion. For example, with this simple phrase 你好, you are fine, it becomes 你好吗? Are you fine? Are you okay? Easy peasy. Second rule to remember, the negation 不 is an adverb, and in Mandarin Chinese, adverbs are always placed before the verb. 我不好, I am not fine. More grammar. Third rule, the adjectival verbs such as to be good, to be pretty, to be sad, etc. In Chinese, adjectives function as verbs. Unlike English adjectives, there is no need to add to be or any linking verbs before them. And we must keep in mind that the peculiarity of these adjectival verbs is that, in affirmative sentences, they imply a comparison. For example, if I want to say, I'm fine, I will be tempted to say, 我好. But I can't, because this would imply a comparison and mean that the sentence is not completed. To be complete, I must add, 你不好, and you are not fine, for instance. So, what should we do? To remove the comparison and complete the sentence, we must add the adverb 很, 我很好. Now, the sentence is complete. This way, it can be translated either by I'm fine or I'm very fine. In writing, we cannot tell the difference. When speaking, if I focus on 很, it will mean I'm very fine. Listen. 我很好. If I don't emphasize 很, it will mean I'm fine. Listen. 我很好. I do it again, with a stressed sentence first. 我很好. 我很好. Note that this phenomenon does not exist for interrogative or negative sentence. 你好吗? Are you fine? 我不好. I'm not fine. There is no comparison here. Now we can do a small exercise. Please pause the video, write down those sentences, and translate them into Chinese pinyin. When you're done, please start the video again. Now, let's make the correction. Hello, 你好. Are you fine? 你好吗? I'm fine, thank you. And you? 我很好，谢谢。你呢? Did you see the trap? I didn't say I'm very fine, but you still have to put the adverb 很. I'm not fine. 我不好. Goodbye. 再见. I hope you did it all right. If you didn't, don't worry. Just do it again. Practice makes perfect. Now, repeat after me. 你好. 你好吗? 我很好，谢谢。你呢? 我不好。再见。This video is now over. Thank you for watching it to the end. In the next video, we will see the basics of Chinese writing, and we will learn how to write our first Chinese characters. See you there.